Sponsored by Dennis J. Courtney, M.D., Director of the Courtney Medical Group, located at 3075 Washington Road in McMurray, Pennsylvania. For more information or to make an appointment, call 724-942-3002. That's 724-942-3002 for Dennis J. Courtney, M.D.
Good morning, everybody. Good morning, everybody, and welcome to AIM Impact on Your Health. AIM Impact on Your Health, where every day our goal is to have you learn at least one thing to help you live better and longer. AIM Impact on Your Health, heard each and every Monday, Wednesday, and Friday from 8 to 9 o'clock. I'm Dr. Dennis Courtney, and I'm with you each and every Monday, Wednesday, and Friday from 8 to 9. AIM Impact on Your Health, where each day you'll find current medical news, knowledgeable guests, fascinating health topics, and of course, where we do encourage you to call in and to join in. Today, we're going to re-establish contact once again with a lovely lady we had on our show about 6 months ago. Interesting personal story, her origination from the Middle East and coming to the United States, I believe, 1981. Led to her endeavor in the area of cosmetics, in the area of skin care, and her name is Rena Revivo. I tell you, if you ever get a chance, and I've told her publicist, you got to get this woman on TV. She'll sell whatever it is she happens to want to sell. She is just that gorgeous, and she's going to be with us today talking about skin makeovers, skin conditions in general, and how to take care of them. 4 easy steps to a makeover without makeup. Ladies, for you especially, and you know what? I think we're going to work in the gentlemen too, because skin conditions are just pervasive. They're everywhere. And I got a feeling that much to do about why they're so pervasive is what we're putting on the skin. And I think Rena will be able to help us a great deal in that regard. So our discussion with Rena Revivo today will be what dominates the airways here. If in the course of our discussions with her, you want to call in to ask a question or to make a comment, that number, as always, will be 412-825-6262. That's 412-825-6262. We'll be with Rena right after that first break today. Now, speaking of up-and-comings, and as you already know, January is just jam-packed. Enjoyed Cass last week, of course, and talking to Susan Smith-Jones about Stress Busters. She, of course, is coming back in February. On Wednesday, Stuart Reeves returns to talk about the immune system in a way I believe we really do need to confront it. I think that many of us here, especially on the KHB family, may be giving some advice in an inappropriate way, talking about immune boosting all the time. Immune boost this, immune boost that. Boosting is not necessarily what I think we should be striving for. Anyway, more on the subject of immunomodulation and immune balancing, which Stuart really brought to the concept to us the last time he was with us. He, of course, represents a company that manufactures Epicor, a derivative of the mother company, Diamond V, a veterinary feed store. Now, you go figure how you go from there to here, and I think you know the story brought to you originally by us a long time ago, talking about Arlene Brecker and myself. The way to keep the doctor away, keep taking your Epicor, and the story of immune modulation will unfold once again on Wednesday when Stuart Reeves is with us. Then on the 17th, Roland Thomas is coming aboard. Roland is going to be talking about bioengineered algae. I know it doesn't sound too appealing, but the bottom line of soon to be the most powerful food and medicine going does have an intriguing quality to it, does it not? And so Roland will be with us on the 17th. Then on the 19th, I just talked again with him this past week, just Friday before I left. Darren Stark is going to be with us, representing a company called Trace Minerals, literally launching our relationship with the company, Trace Mineral Research, talking about minerals from a source that pretty much everybody agrees is the most ideal source in the way of replacing your minerals and we'll enjoy having Darren Starkey with us. We're getting the product in right now so that when we launch, you'll be able to obtain exactly what it is that we happen to be embracing and espousing with such firm and vigor. And that will be on the 19th. Then as we move into February, as you would well know by now, Doug Inglesby is going to be with us, talking about pharmaceutical preparations and the detrimental effect they're having on us all. And then on the 9th, don't forget, on the 9th, Susan Smith-Jones returns, talking about natural, libido boosting with natural remedies. And she says it's her Valentine's Day gift to you all. I'll be really looking forward to that one, won't you? Okay, that's the agenda as it shapes up right now. Talking about the, remember on Friday, the most recently revealed scientific research showing that we have a blood test looming around the corner, so sophisticated that it's able to detect one cancer cell out of billions. This would be a tremendous boost in the scientific realm, being able to make a diagnosis of cancer with any other tool. So early would it be that it really has no other conventional parallel. And so I was talking about how that may change the landscape out there with respect to all things like one's own cancer treatment and when chemotherapy is beginning and when it is that surgeons can do what they do. The final point I'll make on it, and we'll let you come back, and if you have any other things to contribute as more research is let loose. Right now that test is in testing with the New England hospitals, the Mass Generals and the like, in conjunction with a company called Johnson & Johnson. It is not yet available for your local doctor, and I think I'm going to make a point that may shock you. I'm here to say that I don't think that when the test is available, I'm going to bet that they will not allow your doctor to order the test. Why would that be? Well, I got a feeling that the test so far supersedes the conventional medical community's ability to respond to, let's say if we order this test, and the test comes back positive for a cancer. Actually, it probably should be able to tell you the cell type and origination point of the cancer. That's how sophisticated the test is. However, it is so sophisticated that I don't believe any other conventional medical testing, like, let's take mammograms. Way ahead of the time when a mammogram could be positive, this test would be. Let's take CT scans. Let's take MRI. Let's take PSAs. Let's take every other known conventional device that we're utilizing right now to illuminate and elucidate the types of cancers and allowing us to determine the treatment course in the conventional realm. And this test could potentially break them all. Meaning that your local doctor, you're around the corner, your PCP doctor, ordering a test with this much of a wallop behind it may lead somebody to the point where they know they have a cancer, and yet they have no known treatment for that cancer that's available. Pretty scary to think about it. I think it's so scary, I'm going to bet that when the test is available, it's not going to be available to your local doctor. I think they're going to keep this one under wraps. Anyway, that's me. Wonder what you think about it. Let us know in the up-and-coming shows. As far as when I open them up to you to comment on anything that we may have said here. Okay, let's do this. Take a short break. In the interim, we're going to dial up a young lady out on the West Coast who's going to be talking about skin conditions. Ladies, you get ready, because I think it's really intended for you. But you know what? Skin conditions are so prevalent, so common among us all, I think there's going to be a message for everybody here. Her name, Rena Revivo. We'll be back in a moment with Rena.
This is an extraordinary. You become confused about how best to manage your health. It's no wonder. seems that every time you turn on the television or radio, another expert has yet another suggestion for you to follow that seems to be reasonable enough that no matter how dutifully you follow the instructions, it just doesn't quite produce the results that you were looking for. If this confusion sounds familiar to you, give us a call at the Center for Complementary Health, where we'll make some sense of the confusion based on a blending of traditional and alternative medicine that we've been perfecting over the last 7 years. We offer metabolic nutrition testing, immune system repair, natural hormone replacement therapy, chelation therapy, cutting-edge allergy correction, and a host of other safe and effective alternative therapies.
Dennis J. Courtney, MD, is located at 3075 Washington Road in McMurray. Phone 724-942-3002.
Have you been to the doctor lately? The same top of your complaint list? Even if your doctor asks you what you need, the recommended 5 servings of fruits and vegetables a day isn't free in your busy schedule. What if you learned of a product 5 years in formulation that delivers 5 servings of fruits and minerals in just 1 ounce? That's right, it's Fruit of the Spirit. The blessings of Fruit of the Spirit are now formulated into a delicious whole fruit puree product rich in antioxidants and minerals. Your health is more than just a test result. It's a balance of physical, spiritual, and emotional factors. You work regularly to strengthen your faith, but Fruit of the Spirit helps cover your nutritional needs in a convenient and cost-effective ounce a day. Call 1-800-442-3793 for a special promotional offer. Fruit of the Spirit, a blessing for your good health. Fruit of the Spirit, 5 servings of fruits and minerals with no added sugar. That's 1-800-442-3793 for your good health. Call them now, 1-800-442-3793.
Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome back once again to AM Impact on Your Health. Heard here on KHB 620 each and every Monday, Wednesday, and Friday from 8 to 9 o'clock. I'm Dr. Dennis Courtney with you today on a Monday version of the show. It's a little nippy outside, folks. Not too bad on the road, so take care when you set out for your destination this morning. Our destination here brings us and reunites us with an individual we met not too long ago. She's very alluring with respect to her topic, and she's got a lot of personal integrity and history behind her that brings us to a subject that she knows more about than just about anybody else. Her Middle Eastern roots, let me just read a little bit of the byline here. Born in a rural farming community in Israel, to a French-Moroccan mother, Rena Revivo was trained from birth on the importance of natural skin care and how natural ingredients like milk and honey and eggs and peaches and olives and cucumbers sounds like something to eat, huh? Evidently, you can do more with it than just that. Should be used to moisturize, heal, and nourish the skin. The skin is her business. If you ever see a picture of her, you'll know that she knows her business well. I'm talking about Rena Revivo, who's with us this morning. Let's say good morning and welcome back, Rena. Nice to have you with us.
Good morning. Thank you so much for having me back. This is wonderful.
Well, I enjoy. I really meant this. Was talking to your the PR people one time. I said, you know what? You got to get Rena on television because anybody who sees this young lady has got to know she's an expert on skin conditions and skin in general. And so I just point that out that the radio program that we're doing now does not really do you justice. But I understand also you have been on television recently. Is that correct?
Yeah, we had, actually yesterday we had a local Nevada little segment which went very well. And we actually introduced the 4 tips for makeover without makeup. It was really great and we had a great response for that.
Well, as I had mentioned, and you're going to find it to be the case, the more TV exposure that you get, you're going to be inundated with inquiries from people who want to know more. And in keeping with the Harry Met Sally line of, I'm going to have what she's having, I think you'll do just fine, Rena. Don't worry about it.
Thank you.
Could you please, because I think it's such an intriguing story, and when I read that opening paragraph about all these items that you found in your cultural background to be used in skincare, like I'll read them again. Milk, honey, eggs, peaches, olives. Talk to us a bit about your growing up years in the Middle East, where evidently these are the tools by which women take care of their skin. And even though they may cover it up, because we get here in the West have an impression that we don't get to see the skin of the Middle Eastern women. Maybe I've got a misread on it, but tell us about your cultural beginnings and how it is that you came to be aware of this is how to naturally take care of the skin.
Well, I was born relatively when the country was very young, so like department stores, too much of the modern stuff that were maybe available in different areas were not that available, and if they were expensive. The method of life over there, or the group of life, it was like a really a great group of people that came from all over the world. Some were European, some were Middle Eastern, some were from different parts in the world, and Israel is actually a mix of the whole world. I think that what really contributes to it is that every ethnic brought their own resumes of what they used to do, if it was in Europe, if it was in Middle East, if it was regions like France and Morocco, everywhere, Italy, they all brought what they used to be told by their mothers, by their grandma, on the beauty secrets, as we call them. As a young country and as the young people that were there, and we were little kids, we absorbed what we saw. So we used to grow egg, and one of the natural things is when I started, looking at beauty, being a teenage, I used to see my mom taking an egg yolk, mixing it, and applying, and that would be a great mask. I was told that milk, because we had cows, milk will be a good cleanser for the skin. Honey was, of course, a great treatment to lighten your skin with lemon. We would squeeze lots of lemon there and apply it also as a bleaching mask. So as more, we grew, it was the level of cosmetics that we understood, because there was no department store, there was no retail store. There definitely was an internet that could offer what we have today. So things were more into the natural, things were more into what we had in hand, with the culture of each different group that came from different areas. I mean, we had people that came from Italy and olive oil seeds, people that came from Yemen, and things from them were really great, people that came from Northern Europe, which had their methods. So it was really an interesting group. And when women used to gather together and kind of try to do all kind of recipes and food, of course, the beauty was a subject, and they exchanged those experiences between one to other. So to me, it was a natural thing to take honey and egg yolk and cut cucumber if I felt my eyes were tired when I was a student in school in later age, and kind of calm them and relax them.
Well, then, what you've observed then, immigrating to this country, and I believe in 1981 you arrived here, more or less, you then decide to embark upon the cosmetic, and how does that come about where you felt that that's where you wanted to make your stand, that's where you wanted to make your contribution? How did that come about?
Well, unfortunately, we all, not we all, but a lot of us, and especially within the Middle Eastern climate, acne on young skin is a very common situation. As pretty as my skin was when I was younger and as a child, when I turned 14, and I started high school, which was a bit further in the city for my natural place where I lived, it just attacked me really bad. Again, the availability of doctor involved with the nurses, the physicians, all that was not that separate. We didn't have choices, so I had to battle it myself again with a lot of good advisors, with all kind of remedies. And it did follow me a few years, like 14, 15, 16, 17. I went through a lot with my skin. I tried everything and anything that I could. And I know that people that experience it know how disturbing it is and how it can really kill all self-esteem for growing up teenage. So, I think it's kind of a little scar that stayed there with me. When I turned to my 20s, I decided to take courses and classes and schools because for me it was kind of obsession. The first thing I would look at people, I would look at their skin. And I wanted to know if there's more things that can be done without going the route that I went, without suffering for so long, without having all those bad experiences and feelings. And then I think that actually earlier than the 91, I came to the States the first time. And here, having an esthetician license from Israel, I did my bar and I started working here. But at the same time, I got involved with more natural elements, which was really great for me because the years that I spent with fighting the acne, all the chemical creams and medication that I found here and there, it didn't give my skin a lot of help. If it would dry a pimple, it would dry my skin. If it would, get rid of few blemishes, then the skin stay irritated, harsh, rough. It wasn't comfortable. It didn't give me a good solution. So for me, it was natural ways to search for something or method or any way that can be helped. And I discovered the method of aromatherapy and essential oil. And it was really a great breakthrough for me. And I worked only with natural elements. So obviously, when I came here, I tried to bring it as well. It was a little bit premature those days. And, but, I worked with patients, I worked with referrals from doctors and young teenage boys and girls who had very similar conditions. And I felt their pain, and it was really great to see their skin clearing without going through what I went through for years. And, from there I decided that we'll go for skincare, things that are easier for people to understand, like creams and melted lotion, etc. And that was the start.
Well, it certainly would be difficult for one who sees you now to realize that you had your own battle with cosmetic issues, as I think it would be assumed that many teenagers do. And so that period is rough for many of our teenagers. It was rough for you. You emerged out the other side and took your particular plight to another level, and has led you to an entire career where we look at you as the expert now. And as an expert, with respect to just skin problems in general, how common is it? Why do so many people have skin problems, not just as a adolescent, but even as an adult? What do you think that's so?
Well, to start with acne condition, when we grow 14, we grow up on those ages, 13, 14, plus minus earlier. There's a lot of chemical change in the body. There's a lot of hormonal change in the body, and depending on what level of hormone your body contains, if it has the more feminine or the male hormone. So basically that can create open pores and a lot of production of sebum from the sebum glands, etc., and that will bring to acne. As soon as one sees it, they definitely need to take care and not to think it will go by itself. Because if you don't take care of it, you can leave your skin with scars and marks, and of course longer time that they will be there. It can happen if we successfully pass skinhood without being influenced with the hormone change. It can happen, unfortunately, and we don't really know why in adulthood. And there's a lot of adults that suddenly, get acne, and they say, well, I was a teenager and I didn't get it. It's not exclusive for teens. Again, it's things that are happening in our body, in the chemical box, in the hormonal, maybe medication, maybe things that we, the way we live it. And Actually, not sure there's a million different things why it can happen. But the most important thing, the minute it happens, is really to take good care of it. And good care of, taking good care of skin is always make sure that you cleanse it. Never, ever go to sleep when you don't cleanse your skin thoroughly with a milky cleanser or gel cleanser. Make sure that you remove all the impurities that accumulate on your skin through the day from in and out, especially if we are ladies wearing makeup and foundation and glasses and eye makeup, etc. Sleeping with those definitely can create the skin to age and clog pores. So you definitely want to make sure this is the number one thing to do. And depending how that develops, if you need to go to an esthetician to cleanse blackhead, you have to. And sometimes, I used to offer my clients to come even 2 or 3 times a week just to do cleansing, just to clean those blackheads, because if they sit there, eventually they will break out and become to be, I think, simple. So it needs to be clean, the skin needs to be nourished, you have to keep the pH balance so it doesn't get too dry, so it doesn't start to peel. Luckily today in the industry there's a lot of really great products that can help. Topical, I try to stay topical as much as possible, only maybe severe cases. We refer to doctors to take internal medication, but I still believe if you catch it early, then you definitely can heal it and clear it.
Well, you say that there's a 4-step approach that you should take. Now, you call it a makeover without makeup, which when I read a phrase like that, I immediately think of females, but with this idea of skin conditions in mind, I'm guessing it's all-inclusive and could easily be applicable to men who have skin problems. You've reduced it to 4 easy steps.
Yeah, indeed. I think it's really great for both women and men. We both exposed into all the free radical and a lot of internal and external stress. I think that men that shave daily, especially with razor, if they kind of removing a certain layer of the dead cell in their skin that's still giving us some kind of protection. So more than that, they need to definitely take care of their skin. The steps are basically one good cleanser that's usually for getting 2-in-1 with an exfoliation that has the cleansing element and removing the dead cells. Then we have a product actually, and again this will be at nighttime. We have a product that is called Skin Renewal, and that product contains bromelain, and bromelain is an enzyme that we find in tropical fruits mainly. And what it does is really have, it's keeping all the dead cells that are stuck in our skin and kind of give us a grayish look. And this is a great treatment. It's a cream, it's a soft, nice cream. It does not irritate, it does not have any acid in it. It has a lot of vitamins and CoQ10 and minerals, and it balances skin while it's cleansing it. And for the daytime, which is really, really easy, you wash your face as you get up in the morning with water, dry them, and we use we have a product that's called Instant Glow. And that product also contains a lot of the vitamins, minerals, botanical extracts, CoQ10, and it contains microsphere luminescence, which basically giving kind of a light reflex. It gives us a great bright appearance to the skin, and it minimizes fine lines and dark circles. And on top of that, definitely, the main thing is really to use a good moisturizer, as I mentioned before and always, to help us lock the natural moisture of our skin. And it should be very easy.
So those are I'm looking through, those appear to be the 4 steps: cleanse, renew, and that's when you remove the dead skin with a bromelain compound, which is a proteolytic enzyme made from pineapple, really. So you're right about that, coming from fruit. Cleanse, renew, nourish, and that's where that product called Instant Glow. Your product called Instant Glow is used. Am I correct so far?
Yes.
Instant Glow. And then finally, make sure you hydrate. And what is it you're using what particular product you're using to hydrate the skin?
Well, for the ladies in the group, we have instant tinted moisturizer that is a very light moisturizer that has all, again, the vitamins and essential oil, and it's really helping us lock the natural moisture of the skin, and it has a bit of a tint just to give us a great finish so we don't feel we are bare without anything on the skin, but we really don't need to have the heavy makeup.
Now, if there's one thing that and reading clippings and press releases and trying to get some information about you on the internet, if there's one thing that comes across loud and clear is your aversion to chemicals in any form, which I think you'd have to say is what the cosmetic industry has represented for so long, especially parabens. I mean, your name has been associated with removing all parabens from all substances that are being applied to the skin. Talk to us a bit about this quest, this mission you've taken on to remove parabens from anything that comes in contact with skin, and why.
Well, going back to, when I first came here and when I started being involved with making the creams and not just essential oil and natural method, but my thing was to create natural as possible. So I think that my first series of cream were no color, no fragrance, a lot of the things that at the time we knew were not very healthy to the skin. It was a bit hard because people wanted the color and they wanted the fragrances, but I'm really happy to see today that the movement is great, changed, and people understand chemical or synthetic fragrance as not necessarily really good for us. There is a big awareness on preservatives, which we use in, unfortunately, food, processed food. Many elements that we have internally, and definitely in skincare is the parabens, the methyl and propyl parabens, and those found to be causing cancer. And what we do, since we have really a lot of products and diverse lines and new lines that we came up the last few years, definitely whatever we're creating new do not contain those parabens and many of the other toxic ingredients. But the challenge was to go back to existing items and rework those formulations and change them, which we're hoping that by the year, end of year or mid of year, if that will work great, we will have all packaging already ready with the new ingredients, because we do have usually hundreds of products to offer in between the diverse lines. So a lot of them we removed, majority of them we changed. We stayed with very good creams, and there's product there for every stage of life, every condition, every situation. We took a lot of other ingredients that still consider harming or not, the body will not accept them very well. We try to incorporate only natural vitamins. I mean, vitamin was one of my big loves in early days, and we found out the topical application of those is just amazing, more than even internal. So, if one go to our website and find our products, there's paraben-free products, there's organic products, certified organic, there's natural products, there's, and we try to keep really everything in a big large variety of products that individuals can find what they need.
Now, if it's the intention to remove these preservatives, these chemicals, which I'm guessing they're put in there because I know how industry works, and I know that shelf life is key. To be able to put something on the shelf and have it last for 10 and 15 years, which unfortunately some of that stuff can, is the motivation of the manufacturer. So if you don't have any of these preservatives in there, I'm going to ask somebody who formulates it, is there a shelf life issue with the products that you make when you use natural and organic and chemical-free? What's the trade-off there? Is there a expiration date on your product? Is there?
Yeah, there is definitely expiration date. We limit most of products to 36 months from the day they open. The organic or the certified organic are 24 months. With the certified organic, we have preservatives that involve with essential oils, pretty much only essential oils. I'm not sure how much anyone remember or knows about essential oil, but essential oils, this is what we extract from fruit, from leaves, from, green, that's the juice. Let's say if you take an orange and you squeeze on the peel, you'll have the juice coming out. Usually it will give the fruit or the green the ability to fight from anything penetrating and damaging them. Those found to be really, really healing. I mean, in ancient time, Egyptian used to deep rot in those essential oil and rot and stuff their dead net, and that's why they preserve so many years. This is just on the tip of the eye of what those essential oil is doing. In Europe, there is a lot of method of healing, all kind of mental and physical illness with them, with those oils. And there are thousands of thousands. Not all of them are smelling great, but they are great, and this is one of the elements we use in the organic one. In the non-organic, we research and luckily, there's a lot of great manufacturers that help us to create preservatives that will not contain parabens or propylene glycol or any other grease that would have any toxic to the body. So in the non-organic, we're using very healthy preservatives.
So there are such things as healthy preservatives, and you actually do use them in some of your products. Is that correct?
Yes, we actually use them in all the things that, because all formulation we completed the same. The one that we have not completed the same is some of the packaging, since when we create packaging, we manufacture certain quantities, so we have to finish those and do the new artwork with the new packaging, and they're coming up little by little.
All right. Why don't we do this, Rena? Let's take a short break. When we come back, I'd like for you to just take a moment and give our listeners a way that they can find out more about your products, even order your products, where it is that online they can go, because I think with your new website, homespacollection.com, many of these folks are going to be able to listen to you now and then take this to the next step, actually purchasing products that do the 4 things that you say are the 4 key items, the 4-step approach. So in return, you're going to be ready to give phone numbers and websites and the like for us, or can we count on that?
Yes, sure, definitely.
Okay. We're with Rena Revivo, folks. Find out how to take care of your skin and how to do so in the most healthy way possible. When we return, get ready with a pencil and paper so you can write down how it is that you can find out more with Rena when we return.
Want to help your family eat healthier? Instead of learning to discuss whole food with Wonders Way, how about some real nutritional power? If your family has the typical American palate for fries, pizza, and burgers, giving your family the blessing of good nutrition is a struggle. Fruit of the Spirit is the answer for your family's nutritional needs. Fruit of the Spirit is an all-natural whole fruit puree made from fresh fruit native to the Holy Land with alkalizing minerals. Fruit of the Spirit was 5 years in the formulation, the work of a team of top nutritional experts with independent science to confirm its antioxidant power. 1 ounce a day provides the equivalent of 5 servings of fruits and minerals. Fruit of the Spirit is convenient, affordable, and delicious. Even your cooking family will sing the praises of Fruit of the Spirit. Give your loved ones the blessing of good nutrition. Call 1-800-442-3793 for a special promotional offer. Fruit of the Spirit, a blessing for your good health. That's 1-800-442-3793. Call us now, 1-800-442-3793.
This is Dennis J. Courtney, MD. You become confused about how best to manage your health. It's no wonder. It seems that every time you turn on the television or radio, another expert has yet another suggestion for you to follow that seems to be reasonable enough that no matter how dutifully you follow the instructions, it just professor called the Center for Complementary Health, where we'll make some sense of the confusion based on a blending of traditional and alternative medicine that we've been perfecting over the last 7 years. We offer metabolic nutrition testing, immune system repair, natural hormone replacement therapy, chelation therapy, cutting-edge allergy correction, and a host of other safe and effective alternative therapies.
Dennis J. Courtney, MD, is located at 3075 Washington Road in McMurray. Phone 724-942-3002.
Okay.
Hey, good morning, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome back once again to AM Impact on Your Health. Heard here on KHB 620, of course, each and every Monday, Wednesday, and Friday from 8 to 9 o'clock. Dr. Dennis Courtney with you today, and with you also Rena Revivo, who, got an interesting story, does she not? It's very alluring to hear her talk about her own personal plight and how she resolved it in her own case, and then how she went about taking on this entire industry with respect to improving it to the point where I think she's got it, folks. She's got these 4 steps for you to get a makeover without makeup. But, folks, you don't have to be a woman alone to benefit from what she brings to you in her message today. She's an expert in skin and trying to tell you to take care of your own skin. Rena, as I said before we left, why don't you just take a moment to let our listeners know how they could learn more about your product line, because I do believe that you have an interesting line. You make a commitment to health and healthiness and the lack of chemicals, and most of our listeners are very much primed to respond to this natural ingredients and natural approaches to anything, and the skin is just one more of those areas. Take a moment to tell us how our listeners can learn more about you and your product line.
Well, currently we have a great website which can give a lot of information. The website is www.homespacollection.com. We do have skin surveys that can help you there. We have a lot of information about the skin. We have a live test that if you have any question about your skin, a live person would be answering you and commenting on whatever you want to ask and give you the answer within 2 minutes. So if you have concern, if you don't know, if you're confused, if you don't find yourself within or any general question about skincare, definitely you can get into the chat. Again, it's www.homespacollection. And our phone numbers are listed there in the contact, so you can call us at 800 for US 800-266-9506. Again, it's 800-266-9506, and we'll be more than happy to help.
And with that in mind, and just utilizing the 4 steps that you mentioned today, could you rename the product that you associated with each one of your steps? Because you started with cleansing, then renewing, then nourishing, and then hydrating. So with just those 4 steps, because you got many products than just 4, but with just those steps, what products would you recommend to meet each one of the 4?
We actually put a group from a couple of the different lines that we have. One of them to start the cleansing is the olive essence organic. It's an organic olive essence scrub or exfoliator. It has really great ability to cleanse the skin without being harsh. It's a great general for almost every skin type, and it will remove all those upper dead layer that you still can remove with topical exfoliation.
All right.
The second item to follow after we do that cleansing at night is called the Skin Renewal. That's under the Pas de Soleil blend. And this is, as I say, it's really a nice texture of a cream. All you do just apply. It's pleasant. It absorbs real quick. And actually, basically, when you do it, you don't feel you have anything on the skin. So it's very, very convenient.
It's called, is it called Skin Renewal? Is that what you said?
Yeah, it's under Spider Soleil Skin Renewal.
Okay.
And, the next product, and as I mentioned also, will be done at night. Daytime, morning, you get up, your skin was clean last night, and you apply that cream, so just water, get dry, and we have the Instant Glow.
Instant Glow, yes.
Yeah, under Spider Soleil, and that is really a great cream that you will feel immediate that your skin looks nice. It feels tough. It feels satisfied. You feel that it's feeding you, and it doesn't matter what environment. If you're sitting in air condition all day or heater, it will not allow your skin to dry and give really a glowing effect. And on top of it, we have the moisturizer, which basically has a light tint, and that's from our Pharma Skincare Group, where we have really great moisturizer with a bit of a tint. We have different colors, so one can choose the color that they would need just to give the nice, matte finish to our skin with a lot of glow.
So it's a moisturizer there's many types to choose from? Is that what I'm gathering from you?
It's the same moisturizer, but because it has a tint, we have, I think, about 3 different colors to choose from.
Okay, so it's called...
according to the skin tone.
All right, I'm trying here. You know, this is out of my realm. I'm really trying hard. All right, let me raise another point, because I get confused, and I want you to unconfuse me, because if I'm confused, maybe some of my listeners are too. Here you are. You've decided early on in your career you're going natural. You're going. Well, the sacred word to we who listen to this station, this show, when we hear the word organic, our little antenna go up because we're very much in tune with thinking, aha, organic is where it's at. However, I'm listening to you, and I'm finding that in some of the products that you make, you actually have a non-organic line, or you have a reason to offer products that aren't organic. And so I'm a little confused. Straighten me out. Why is it that there's the need to have some products that are organic and some that aren't? And as somebody who would want to purchase these products, how would I know when to go organic and when not? Do I make sense with my question?
Yes, I think you do, and we get it a lot because I think the organic, basically, into the cosmetic world is something that is relatively new. It's only a few years. The confusion is still there with consumer. You know, I attended meeting with buyers to stores. They're supposed to have all their stuff organic. When it came to cosmetics, they were confused themselves. However, today I think that it's starting to clear up and people getting a little more savvy about what is organic. Well, to begin with, organic is every ingredient, every material that is composed into a product. It's grown in organic way, which means without any toxic, without any chemicals. Kind of all natural, of course, with the help, but without using the chemical that we were actually accustomed till now. Those are healthier, definitely, because chemicals has an impact on our body internally, externally. You can look at processed food and take just a fruit, like an apple, and you can see the difference of energy that it would give your body. We can talk about it in a different segment, maybe. However, within the organic ingredients, there tend to be in products, there start to be confusion, and companies will put few ingredients that are organic, but they would claim that the product is organic. In order to be USDA certified, which they are the primary certifier for organic, if it's farms or any other products now with cosmetics, you have to comply with certain systems. You cannot use any chemical. We go through certain certifier that makes sure that each and every ingredient is organically certified by the supplier or by the source. Not only that the ingredient is certified by the supplier is certified as far as the facility. So the composition of the certified organic is guaranteeing that there's no any chemical process, there's no any chemical in there, that the products are safe and they're meeting the standard of the USDA. What we did with those groups, because it's very difficult, let's say, to go through those processes, we certify the facility first, of course, and then we did pretty much a large group of around 40 products between our olive essence, certified organic, and the O2CH group. We actually went through few certifiers, and we have the certification, actually the seal on the packaging, so you can see that they've been certified, and in the back of it, we have the primer, the name certifier. So clients can call and confirm that those are the actual formulation, that we are listed with them, that they inspect us, because there's yearly inspection. It's very regulated, pretty much like FDA. And it's important because you want to know really what there is in a product. If it's only few ingredients, if it's pretty much all of it, and the way that we did it 95 and up, and that's the requirement actually from USDA.
95 what percent?
95% and up. You cannot be less than 95% and up. So some items we do have 100%, some items we do have 98%, some we have, the least that you can find with USDA is 95.
And all your products organic then, and adhere to the FDA's percentages of 95 or better. All your products 95 or better? All your products allowed to be called organic? Or do you still have some that are?
No, not all the products. It's only those that has the USDA certification, and they are under the organic product.
If you make a product that you can't call organic because of that 95% designation, why was it that you needed to make that product? What is it about that particular product you said, you know what, this one we're going to have to make it maybe natural but not organic, because the goal and objective that I want for that product, I won't be able to use that designation. Am I asking the right question in the right way? Why is it?
I believe so.
Huh?
I believe so. Well, I think that the organic, or the let's say the health stream of living healthy with organic fruits and vegetables and food, using organic skincare, using everything that is pretty much growing in our century, because of what damages that we understand right now that are happening with technology, with the way actually we're living right now. So, again, you're not going to go to the farm, as, I could, and grab a few eggs and rub it on your face. And even if you go, you need to go and buy organic eggs, which, the chicken were not fed any hormones or any other chemicals to make them heavy, fat, and weight more. So basically, it's going to be very difficult in a conventional world to go back and start taking the cucumber and the honey and the lemon. We all busy. Most of women have career, they work. So it's not that you have the time to see this. Those days, I remember that we could have spent a few hours just doing those kind of things. So in this kind of reason, you really want, and to those type of people, and more getting into that group, it's important that what is used topically and internally is not chemical process. And this is the ingredient. Now, you can have a product that contains a lot of ingredients that are organic, but not necessarily all of it. There's a lot of ingredients that when you want to be certified, and that's the key word that you have to make sure, and your clients make sure that when they buy an organic item, there is the USDA certification. Because if not, then it may be a product that contains certain organic, but there's not really a heavy supervision there. You can put 2, 3 organic and claim made with organic. There's, different level of certification that people can claim, like 70%. it's another story. But again, it's 70%. It's not necessarily that all of it will be there. With the 95 and up, there is very small room for non-organic, but they have to be natural, and they have to be recognized by the certifier, by the USDA, so, and allowed, of course. So again, it's a really very heavy supervision to those products that they are completely not chemical focused.
All right.
Did I make it clear?
I think I got it. I'm still confused, and if you still do, you actually still do make some products that you cannot say are organic because they have greater than less than 95% purity, I guess is what I'm saying. There are still some products in your own line that will not meet the organic test, and of course you wouldn't label them as such. I just question, why can't somebody be 100%? All their products are organic. It's still bugging me. Is there a reason why that can't be?
Well, number one, to do all, it's unfortunately right now we don't have all ingredients that compose a product or can do the benefits of performance of products that we want as we want it. Second, ingredients in organic are extremely expensive because it's still a growing and a new world. And difference can be by thousands of percentage between the same material, organic or non-organic. Not the whole world is understanding the concept of the organic, I'm telling you right now. And I think that with a group of 40, 50 products, we cover pretty much head to toe for people that are organic savvy, and this is the way they want it, and this is the way we like it. We try to train and educate as much as we can to do the movement. However, all the other products that we created for all those years, we definitely have good following with them, and people are happy. So what we did, we make them either natural or environmentally conscientious, which means we clean all the harmful, all the ingredients that are toxic.
All right, tell you what. We're being signaled our time out of here. I want to thank you so much for being with us today. I hope everybody's mindful of those four steps for a makeover without makeup and the product line to follow. Rena, thank you so much for being with us. Good luck to you. Keep in touch. We'll do it again.
AM Impact on Your Health is sponsored by Dennis J. Courtney, MD, Director of the Courtney